A economia europeia tem sido abalada por uma série de crises nos últimos anos: a Covid-19, a guerra na Ucrânia, a crise energética e a inflação.
Nobody would have predicted that we could have had 2 black swans in a row.
Il y a eu énormément de crises et on a su relever finalement les défis.
I think this mandate was a success for Europe.
So as Europeans get ready to go to the ballot box, in this episode we're assessing the EU's economic performance and prospects. How can the bloc boost growth and productivity? Is the Green Deal still on track? And do trading relationships with countries like China need a reset? Welcome to Realeconomy. In a moment, I'll speak to some of the key political players trying to steer Europe's economic destiny. But before all that, here's our crash course.
A pandemia e a guerra na Ucrânia definiram a política da União Europeia nos últimos 5 anos. O fundo Next Generation EU de 800 mil milhões de euros foi uma resposta económica histórica. Destinado a acelerar a recuperação pós-pandemia e a transição ecológica e digital do bloco, viu os Estados-membros emitirem uma dívida conjunta pela primeira vez. Mas a Covid-19 também obrigou Bruxelas a abandonar temporariamente os limites orçamentais. Desde então, muitos Estados-membros acumularam rácios recorde de dívida em relação ao PIB, um problema que a crise energética e a elevada inflação de 2022 apenas intensificaram. A recente reforma das regras de despesa tem como objetivo controlar gradualmente estes rácios. Mas com os fundos pós-pandémicos a terminar em 2026, a grande questão que se coloca é: terá a Europa o dinheiro que precisa para investir e competir no futuro?
What started with a virus so small your eyes couldn't see it has become an economic crisis so big that you simply cannot miss it.
A Covid-19 viu a União Europeia emitir dívida comum pela primeira vez. Este passo histórico foi essencialmente visível com o fundo Next Generation EU. Como é que os eurodeputados encaram este instrumento financeiro? Consideram-no um projeto bem-sucedido para o futuro ou deve voltar a ser um tabu económico?
On n'aurait jamais pensé que, vous savez, dans cette guerre entre les frugaux et les pays du Club Med, on puisse s'entendre sur, pour la première fois, et c'est historique, un endettement en commun.
I see Next Gen EU as a prototype, and it's important that the prototype flies well so that we can indeed make it permanent.
A new investment mechanism must be created after Next Generation EU to invest on climate transition, on digital transition, on European pillar of social rights, on defense.
Right now, if you have highly indebted countries, but they are able to tap in to this new box of Pandora, which is European common debt, when they are able to tap into that, well, it creates a whole new ballgame when it comes to finances. So we believe that it's a mistake and we should not go down that road.
How can we participate to the global race for clean technologies, to the challenges of competitiveness, without a single euro of common financing? I think this is honestly impossible.
As regras orçamentais, recentemente revistas, visam reduzir a dívida acumulada durante a pandemia. Embora se assista a um regresso aos antigos limiares de déficit de 3% e de dívida de 60% do PIB anual, respectivamente, foi dada maior flexibilidade aos Estados-membros quanto à forma de reduzir a dívida. Mas haverá dinheiro suficiente para medidas como, por exemplo, a transição ecológica, especialmente com o financiamento pós-pandemia a terminar em 2026?
On the debt side, you know, we are struggling a lot with this. Nobody knows in this moment of time how to pay the interest rates. That's why that means interest opportunities for the next generation to invest. We need economic growth. That's the power base of Europe, that we are economically strong and we have to restart the engine.
As a whole, we can't say that the problem of the EU and the euro area is that we have a too high debt. It's a problem from single member states. We have to address it. We have common rules, but at the same time, we have to compete at global level.
If you want the investments that are needed for the green transition, for digital, for defense and all the rest of it to happen, yes, we will need to borrow because not all of it will be able to be funded by cuts elsewhere or by new taxes. And indeed, some of it should be national borrowing and some of it should be joint borrowing by the European Union.
The idea that you support public investment through the EU level, I think, will plausibly stick around, because if not, we can probably give up on the Green Deal.
Outra questão que preocupa os eurodeputados é o comércio com a China. Bruxelas acusa o país de Xi Jinping de subsidiar setores-chave e de restringir o acesso aos seus próprios mercados. Para já, a política da Comissão Europeia tem sido a de minimizar os riscos em relação à China.
Ça doit être du win-win, gagnant-gagnant. Surtout, l'Union européenne doit arrêter la naïveté. La relation doit être une relation de partenaires commerciaux et bien évidemment continuer à travailler avec des partenaires à partir du moment où ils acceptent nos règles.
Let's go and try to talk to the Chinese how we can really create, how we can make agreements, and we should also accept that one country is maybe more competitive in maybe building electric vehicles, maybe building solar panels or wind turbines. Well, if the Chinese are willing to pay for our energy transition, by all means, then we can focus our resources on other areas.
To compete with other economic areas, we must be a bloc, an economic bloc. And for it, we must be sure that the internal market can work on this direction.
The first thing is stop being naive. I mean, China is protectionist, US are protectionist, and then we would say, okay, well, we should not restrict access to our market because they will restrict access to theirs. They are restricting access to theirs.
We have to keep the economic ties, so nobody wants to stop them. But we have to rebalance that. And in such a strategic battle with the Chinese, we should be ready to defend our markets.
Tendo em conta os desafios que a Europa tem enfrentado recentemente, qual é o panorama económico atual?
Inflation is coming down. The ECB is, expecting to get back to target sooner, and they are also expecting to loosen sometime in the coming quarter. And so there is sort of a sense that there will be a turnaround in the summer, and the main driver here is that real incomes are recovering, with inflation coming down, wages catching up.
Reaction to the pandemic was unprecedented. The SURE mechanism, Next Generation EU. The reaction to the war was also unprecedented. The unity on sanctions, on the political reaction, on the decoupling from Russian gas. But if 2024 will see an acceleration of the activity, I think we will conclude that we were able to address these two black swans in the right way.
Com as próximas eleições europeias marcadas para junho, os eurodeputados anseiam um mandato eleitoral mais tranquilo do que o anterior.